Hey everyone, this is Dr. DeLopo, and today we're going to talk about how you're talking to yourself. And this one's especially for people who may have an issue with conceiving and perhaps conceiving naturally, but then this also applies to people who are trying to conceive with IUI and IVF. But for the sake of this particular video, we're going to keep it primarily focusing on natural conception, but you can also get some of this information if you're going with a fertility specialist for IUI and IVF. And I just want to make it short and sweet and share just a message that how you talk to yourself is extremely important. So if you've experienced losses of pregnancies, like miscarriages or anything like that, it's really important to pay attention to how you're talking to yourself, because if the conversation, if the dialogue in your brain is, well, I've had this happen in my life, and had like 1, 2, 3 or more miscarriages. I had a woman years ago who she had 7 miscarriages, and I made her a mommy. She conceived naturally, but we had to go through some reprogramming in the way she talks to herself. So I really want you to stop the narrative of, well, this happened, and then this is going on with my husband or my partner, and this is what's going on with my health, because you're repeating that narrative. So if there's something bad that happened in your life, and let's say if it has something to do with, well, I can't get this degree, or I can't get this job, or I can't start my own business, or I can't pursue this, whatever it is that you love, and what you keep saying is the reasons why, those are your self limitations. Those are the limitations you're putting on yourself. And so stop that. Just stop looking at all the reasons why you think you can't achieve what you want. You just have to focus on what you want and go from there. So in the case of, let's say you've had miscarriages, or your partner, your husband has had some health issues, well, don't focus on those health issues. Focus on improving those health issues, but start with a dialogue in your brain. Start with this constant telling yourself how you can conceive, how what you want can happen, and what you're going to do it. So if you're like one of my fertility patients, there's a reason why I have you doing certain things, like writing certain things, specific things. So I don't want you just writing. I want you writing specific things. So you should be asking me, what should I write today? So I can write because I want you to create some new neural pathways and focusing your mindset in a certain way. What you wear for your partner, I want that going on. The Qigong is really important. It's not just Qigong with me at the beach, but Qigong every day, which is free on YouTube. You can just go online, and some other stuff. The Healing with Whole Foods book, get that, and you should be focusing on every page in that book, but especially on kidneys, on the water element. It looks like a food book, but it's actually a Chinese medical textbook. And for those of you who are my patients, I'll fill it out for you. And some of you might want to just have a phone consultation with me. Hit me up, 619-341-4341, and I can do a phone consultation with you so that we can go in depth. You can be anywhere in the world and, get acupuncture from wherever you are, but there's a particular mindset that I've created over the last 25 years on, helping people achieve what they want, but in this case, especially fertility. All right, I hope this helps. So don't continue this narrative of, I can't conceive, I've had miscarriages, this has happened in my life, that has happened in my life. Don't worry about that. So I put Bishop in this video because he just turned 10 in October, and he had life-saving surgery when he was 3 years old. And he's here. And my buddy is right here, right? Bishop. Bishop, Say hi, buddy. Say hi, buddy. The dog up there, that's a different dog. That was Kato back in the early 2000s, and this is my buddy Bishop. So he's living proof that if you do acupuncture, you know, we almost lost him. It was a really intense surgery when he was 3, and he's 10 now. And just focus on what you want. Just focus on what you want. What you want wants you. Focus on what you want, and you will get what you want. And change that narrative in your head. Don't keep talking about the miscarriages. You know, I know it hurts. I know it's painful. And I know, you know, that emptiness that's inside you. But you gotta let it go. And you can still remember your baby. And you can still, you know, embrace the times when you were pregnant. But if what you want is a breathing, vital baby, then we need to start from scratch and have a new narrative in our brain, in our mind, and, you know, focus on what you want, and, you know, do my protocol to a T, not half-ass it. You know, there are a lot of things involved in my, you know, you got to cross-train. It's not just the writing. It's a lot. Writing is part of it. Acupuncture is part of it. Qigong is part of it. Chinese herbs is part of it. Moxibustion is part of it. There's a lot. There's specific books to read. And, you know, you don't have to do it all. But if you want to do it my way, you might want to, you know, you'll get the results if you do things my way. Remember who you're listening to. I conceived my babies naturally at 30, 36, and 43. And, you know, there's something to say about that. And my youngest just turned 6. And, you know, there are some things that I know and things that I've seen in my practice that when people actually follow the protocol to a T, there's a 95+% chance that you will conceive naturally and with IUI and IVF. Don't cut corners, all right? Don't cut corners. If you have no diagnosis, it's 6 to 12 cycles that I recommend. If there's a diagnosis, it's 12 to 18 cycles. And if it's a severe diagnosis, it's 2 to 3 years. And, you know, Kobe Bryant didn't just become Kobe Bryant by just training once a week. Something to consider. All right. Take care. Have a good night. Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com.